The night our ranch burned, it wasn't just flames that tore through our lives. It was betrayal, greed, and a fight we never saw coming. I'm Mark, and this is the story of how our family, our dog Max, and our K9 training haven faced a war we refused to lose. Before we dive in, drop a comment. Where are you reading from today? It started with Max's frantic barking, clawing at Ethan's bedroom door like he sensed death itself. Not coyotes, not a storm, something worse. I stumbled into the hall, colliding with Sarah, my wife, already coughing, her eyes wide with panic. Mark, the barn! It's burning! Smoke hit me like a fist, thick and choking. I grabbed the crowbar by the door, meant for burglars, not bonfires, and ran barefoot into the night. The sky glowed orange, our barn a skeleton of flames. That barn wasn't just wood, it was our K9 training facility, home to Max and a dozen other dogs, rejects we turned into heroes. Ethan built obstacle courses there. Max led drills. And now? It was collapsing. Across the fence, 3 figures stood, hands in pockets, watching like they'd won a bet. One held a clipboard, scribbling as if tallying a score. Ethan! I screamed, feet bleeding on gravel. Max's barks echoed from inside. Then, a blur, Ethan burst from the side door, face shielded, Max dragging him by his jacket like a lifeline. Sarah gasped. The water tank's empty! Someone had cut the pipes. Sabotage. The figures didn't move, their silhouettes mocking us as the roof groaned and caved, sparks exploding into the sky. Puppies were still inside. Ethan lunged forward, but Sarah yanked him back. It's too late, she sobbed. Max circled, barking until his body shook. We stood there, coughing, crying, helpless, as our world burned. The HOA enforcers, led by Linda, a neighbor with a vendetta, thought they'd broken us. They didn't know Max was trained to take down intruders, or that we'd fight back with everything we had. This wasn't just a ranch. After retiring from the military, I was a mess, jumpy, haunted by ghosts. Sarah pushed me to find a purpose. So, I bought 36 acres of chaos and called it Haven Ranch. It was a wreck, leaky roofs, mudslides, no Wi-Fi. Ethan hated it. Great, Dad, we're in a zombie movie, he'd quip. Sarah wasn't thrilled either, muttering about Field of Nightmares. Then Max came. Max, a K9 dropout, too wild, too sharp, changed everything. He didn't trust us at first, but Ethan broke through, tripping in the dirt and laughing until Max's tail wagged. From there, Max was family. He scaled walls, sniffed out anything, and stole my lunch with surgical precision. One dog led to another, and soon our barn was a rehab center for misfit dogs. Sarah grumbled about the chaos but sneaked them treats. Ethan built courses. Max taught me to breathe again, to sleep without nightmares. That barn was our salvation, until Linda's crew burned it down. The fire was just the start. Linda delivered an eviction notice citing Section 4B and Community Revitalization. Her goons unfurled a map, our land carved up like a carcass. You're non-compliant, she sneered. Max growled, and I gripped the crowbar. You want non-compliant? Keep standing here. They left, but the attacks escalated. Fences smashed. Water valves ripped off. Nails scattered, one piercing Max's paw. Ethan cried, pulling them from the dirt. Sarah prayed over Max's wound. We slept in shifts, Max patrolling, one ear always cocked. Pink flags sprouted across our fields, marking our land for takeover. Max yanked them out, teeth snapping. They're painting a bullseye, I muttered. Good, Sarah said. Let them aim. But the worst blow was betrayal. One night, patrolling with Max, I spotted a figure with a gas can. Max growled, and my flashlight caught his face. Tom, our neighbor, our friend. He'd built Ethan's treehouse, shared beers at barbecues. Now he was torching us. Tom! I roared, shotgun raised. He froze, then vanished into the dark. That night we didn't sleep. Sarah snapped us out of shock. Follow the paperwork. I sneaked into the courthouse, digging through records. Buried in a shell company's files, I found the truth. Carson Development, led by Jack Carson, my old military buddy turned profiteer. He wanted our K-9 program, its dogs, its contracts, for millions. The fire, the sabotage, the eviction, it was all leverage to break us. We didn't break. We fought. Operation Counter-Strike began. Ethan and I rigged traps, tripwires, cowbells, stink bombs. Max killed rubber snakes. When a surveyor tripped a line, snakes and stench sent him screaming. Sarah filmed it, laughing until she choked. Air horns blasted Linda's clipboard cronies, one eating dirt. For 2 days they stopped coming. We thought we'd won. We were wrong. At 1:12 a.m., Max stiffened, growling. Ethan grabbed the floodlights, and Sarah the shotgun. Tom was back, alone, hands up. Carson's sending professionals, he rasped, dropping a paper with coordinates. Guilt or fear drove him. I didn't care. We had 48 hours. I dug out my old military chest, jammers, flashbangs, netting. Sarah stockpiled supplies. Ethan and Max set alarms. We turned Haven into a fortress. At sunset, we stood on the porch, the silence heavy. Ready? Ethan asked. Never readier, Sarah said. The night turned wrong, crickets stopped, and Max whined. The radio died. Game on. Shadows moved at the fence, for professionals, moving like soldiers. We let them close, then Ethan triggered a flare. The yard blazed red. Max lunged, barking like thunder. I swung my crowbar, dropping one guy. Sarah's shotgun roared, precise. Ethan hit another trap, nets tangling 2 more. Chaos erupted. Flashlights danced, shouts mixed with Max's snarls. Ethan tackled a giant, screaming, "For Max!" Sarah reloaded like a machine. I took a hit, ribs cracking, but kept swinging, blood slick on the crowbar. Max dragged a man down, guarding Ethan. By the second flare, they broke, fleeing into the woods. We didn't chase. The message was clear. Dawn revealed a war-torn ranch, fences down, traps sprung, yard wrecked. But it was ours. Max curled against Ethan, tail thumping. Sarah slumped, shotgun across her lap. I sat, crowbar ready, heart bruised but beating. We'd held. Rebuilding was slow. Neighbors brought lumber, casseroles, and help. Some shunned us, thinking we'd invited trouble. The sheriff filed useless reports. Max healed, limping but fierce, learning tricks like played possum. Sarah turned the ranch into a nonprofit, securing its future. Ethan led training, proud of every dog's success. Nights on the porch, Max at our feet, we dreamed bigger, new barns, new dogs. Scars remained. Creaks woke me, Max patrolled, but we kept going. One morning, Max sprinted across the fields, Ethan laughing behind him. I sipped coffee, crowbar nearby, and smiled. Think you can break us, Carson? Max says otherwise. What do you think? Was our fight worth it? Should we have walked away? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's debate. And share your take on betrayal and loyalty in relationships. How far would you go to protect what's yours? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation alive.